welcome back to Adorabuild. My name is Ruth and my little dog is called Pucky. And in today's video I will be showing you my mock version of Snow White's Forest Cottage. Now of course this is actually based on the junior set that we did get a few years ago. However, that was only sort of like a little bit of an interior scene and a few other bits and pieces. So what I wanted to do was actually create the whole building. And before I start rambling too much in my intro, let's just go straight in and have a look at this build in a lot more detail. So here is Snow White's cottage in a little bit more detail. You can see here that I did try and create quite a nice garden area along the front and both the sides as well. I am absolutely loving a lot of the builds that we have been seeing from Lego where they create different shapes outside of a rectangle. I also wanted to include a lot of forest creatures in here, so I did put in the little deer that we got with the set as well as the little chipmunk too. I did really want to include a little bluebird since that is quite an iconic Snow White scene, but unfortunately I only had a little white dove. I also included a couple of ladybirds here as well, just to start to tie in some of the red too. As you can see from the details, I have included mostly red roofing, although the awnings above the windows on both sides are dark green. I did want to include the tan door and window frames as well, just to make the windows and the doors stand out a little bit more compared to the rest of the wood cabin. I've also used a range of dark brown and the reddish brown from Lego in order to create that wood cabin feel too, as well as using lots of these beautiful printed tiles in order to have that sort of wooden log shape to it as well. When we have a look at the back of the build, I have included a chimney along here as well. And again, I wanted to make sure that I picked sort of more rustic colours. So not only sort of grey stone and rock, but also some of that nougat stone and rock, as well as maybe a little bit of the dark green and that beautiful olive green to indicate a little bit of moss or colour change with some of the stonework used in this build too. One of my favourite features to this build is this beautiful sort of mushroom shaped roof line. Again, I wanted it to look really sort of quite cute and cozy and sort of foresty and woodlandy. And so I think creating that sort of more mushroom shaped roof was one of the ways that I could do that. It also took a little bit of finagling, but I did manage to make sure that I could actually lift the roof off and be able to view the interior as a little bit more of a modular design. So let's take a look at this interior in a little bit more detail. So you can see here along the back wall, I have just included the fireplace, again harkening back to the original set. I also wanted to include some pots and pans and a broom here as well. And again, most of the interior is done in that bright light yellow colour, but with a little bit of tan too. In the centre of the build, I have included a design very similar to the one that we received in the official set, with the table and the teapots and the pie as well. Now, both of the side walls are made up of that official piece that we got in the junior set as well, with the gorgeous window with the washing on it. And that is actually a mirror image on both sides too. Because of the size of this teeny tiny little cottage, I thought that that would be really, really cute to do it that way. Again, at the front door, it is just really simple with the two windows and the door as well. A bit tricky to see with the chimney in the way. Hopefully you get the idea there. And of course, with the interior, I also wanted to tile that as well with that beautiful nougat colour. And I've also included some of those beautiful wood look pieces as well as part of the floorboards too. I just really, really loved the way that those floorboards looked. So the main thing that I wanted to try and achieve with the interior was to make sure that it still looked really like rustic and cute and cottagey. Once again, I'm really happy with how this build turned out. And of course, in that particular juniors set, that's the first and only time that we have gotten our beautiful Snow White mini doll so far. I do have my fingers crossed that we will end up with another mini doll set in the future with Snow White in it, but so far this is the only time that we have received her. And I absolutely love the hairpiece that we received with Snow White in this set as well. She just looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I really hope that you enjoyed seeing my version of Snow White's cottage in lots more detail. I'm really pleased with how this build has turned out, and even though it has taken quite a bit of time to finish this off, I'm really happy with how it looks and how cute it is. It would be wonderful if you would be kind enough to do all the YouTubey things to support me and my channel. It's always lovely knowing that you guys are actually interested in the content that I am putting out. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I absolutely love chatting with other Lego fans, particularly if you've got any ideas for future builds, or if you want to let me know what you liked or maybe what you didn't like about this build. Although I don't know whether or not my heart could take that too much. So as always, it would be lovely to see you around my channel in the future, either in one of my future videos or in one of my live streams, which usually happen on a Saturday. Until then, please take care of yourselves and bye-bye.